This night, if we were meeting in person, would look a lot different. So today, we've done such a good job of recapping the last few weeks that I just wanted to make a follow-up video. If we were meeting in person, if you were live with us and we were able to do live, we would be discussing and reflecting on all that we've learned together, kind of reviewing where we're at, where we stand after 12 weeks. But our class has definitely looked different. We are now 5, almost 6 months in. We started this in January and now it's the end of May that we're wrapping up. And we are no longer in person live, and that will still be the case about a month from now. We are interested in doing this class again in a shorter format, in a live format, in person when we can. But it has been an honor walking through this with you, healing the brokenhearted. I really do hope that you have found some hope, that you have moved from tragedy and feelings of hopelessness to triumph during our time together, to feeling like this grief that you have been experiencing is something that you can manage, because that is why we have grief. God didn't intend for us to experience loss here on earth, but we do. And with that, He has gifted us with the tool of grief to be able to walk through the process. This is a normal process. We have natural emotions and feelings, which we experience in unique ways. And this happens after any loss of any relationship. That's the definition of grief we've been focusing on together. Throughout our time, we've done a lot of good reviews. And so today I wanted to wrap up in a unique way. And just a little short video saying some truths for you to remember that grief takes time. It's okay if it takes years. But if you are still feeling like this grief is overwhelming and walking through the day is hard, if you still have unanswered questions, there are resources for you. Maybe it's time to meet with someone. Maybe you really should get serious about confiding in a friend or a family member or someone maybe even safer like a therapist or even a Stephen minister. That's why we're here. So We Care Ministries is here. We are open. We are available for you. You can reach us at the link or the slide you'll see at the end of this video, with our email and also on social media and our phone number. We provide professional therapy, and sometimes that's necessary for grief. Sometimes it's necessary to really flesh out some of those emotions and feelings that we've talked about, like anger and guilt and loneliness and even forgiveness. Sometimes it takes years of therapy in order to get to a place of forgiveness and managing or feeling like we can manage our grief. And that's okay. At Cypress Lake, we have a really wonderful Stephen ministry. Stephen ministers are people who've gone through hours of training in order to be a helping hand during a time of loss, during a time where these emotions are prevalent in your life. And faith may be hard to find, and that's natural. That happens. And our Stephen ministers are available for you as well. So we have Stephen ministers, that is a ministry of the church. We have professional therapy with We Care Ministries, and our counseling program, Let's Talk About It. And I also wanted to encourage you that you have each other through those that you have met in class, and those who are just in the congregation, neighbors. There is power in support of one another when you have walked through grief, to find another person just to lean on a little bit, to hear from, maybe to voice some of your feelings to, and that's okay. And know that we are here for you, but you also have so many great tools to use for yourself now. We've talked about being present in the now. We've talked about defining our adventures. We've talked about defining our grief. We have talked about moving from tragedy to triumph, from moving from believing our feelings and walking in our feelings and defining that as truth, to focusing on God's truth for us, God's promises, and how walking in that will lead to feeling that God wants us to have, the hope, the love, the comfort that He wants us to have in Him. Know that we're here for you. We love you. We care for you.